welcome to Finland. You just finished your presentation at Future Frontend 2024. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what you just presented?
Sure. So my talk was on how to design with language models. So I've been a designer on a language model product for 2 years now, which I think is a little bit rare in that the big hype around them only kicked off about a year and a half ago. So I was very lucky to be early to this space. And so I just talked a bit about how language models are very squishy technology that we need to constrain in many ways. We need to write prompts for them. We need to do chains of calls to make sure that we can see their inputs and outputs. So I did some very practical tips about what we've learned designing it. What I've learned designing at Elicit, and how to help other people design products that are more reliable, more truthful, and use language models more responsibly.
Nice. And you're a designer and a developer, so do you use language models in your own work, either as a designer or as a developer, in your tool chain?
Definitely. I always say I'm like a mediocre developer, but with Copilot, I'm actually a pretty good developer. I've become a much more capable developer. I use them every day at work. I use them to do things that otherwise I would not have taken on. If there's some PR open for a more complex thing, I'm I'm going to at least attempt that. I think I can prompt my way to a good answer. And I definitely get my senior developers to check the code and make sure it's not crap. But most of the time, they're like, oh, this is a pretty good solution. And I'm like, hey, I didn't do it. GPT-4 did that. Yeah.
And as a designer, is it making you a better designer or a more effective designer?
At the moment, I don't know that it's helping me that much with design work. Maybe because the kind of design work I do, product design, is much more around understanding our users, humans, and they are not something you can automate at the moment. Maybe it can transcribe an interview for me, but it can't do the difficult product thinking where you're trying to think through, okay, what does this person need to achieve, and what kinds of interface patterns could help them achieve that. At the moment, there's no AI in there. I'm sure that'll come. Figma's announcing something huge at Config at the end of this month. We expect that to be AI baked into Figma. I think I'm still skeptical of how useful that is. Maybe it makes frames for you, but we're not at the stage where it can help you do more complex, difficult, holistic, understanding people and solving their problems well kind of work.
All right, so this has been Future Frontend 2024, but now I'm sure that we'll invite you back for the 2025 if you were to choose to accept. What would you like to have see changed in the industry in the world in that time? What will you be presenting, or what would you like to see here next year?
I hope we're much further along in what's called the capabilities overhang. At the moment, language models and machine learning, we have all these capabilities. We know it can be very powerful, but we haven't deployed that into products yet, or really given it out to users in a way that's that helpful. ChatGPT is a cool party trick. It can kind of help you search the web, but it's not helping you do meaningful knowledge work. It's not actually helping make us more productive or advanced science at the moment. I mean, we're getting there. Things like DeepMind are doing, I think, are further along. But I'm hoping that we've deployed language models and machine learning models into way more products by then, that we have a much broader understanding of how they work. We have much less fear and uncertainty around them because we've made them more transparent and more reliable. That would be the dream world of 2025. We'll see if we get there.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah.